Hi everyone, this is Matt from drawingtutorialsonline.com. I just recently uploaded a new course in the members area of DTO. I wanted to share a lesson with you, and in this lesson I'm going to share with you how I draw the form of the nose. These are some really important techniques that you want to implement when you're drawing portraits. This course focuses primarily on quick, kind of short surface plane type drawings. I think you'll get a lot out of this one, so let's get started. Okay, three-quarter nose. I really like this lesson number 7. I think this one is the best example of incorporating the form, the shadow shape. It's just a great nose to draw because it's three-quarter view. And this is a lesson that you really want to pay attention to. It really shows you the form of the nose. I'm going very slow here, drawing the line that separates, trying to get that cylindrical shape at the bottom of the nose. I'm adjusting the angles now. Line that separates the light from the dark. Try to be a little bit more continuous line with it. Keep looking and squinting. Nostril shape. It's a little wrong right now, but that's okay. We'll adjust it. Got to start somewhere, right? Take your time and really look. Don't go dark with the top of the nose lobe. Line that separates the light from the dark. We'll adjust some of this stuff later. Think about the tip of the nose as a sphere. We have some angles over here. Let's draw the ball shape. Good. You should do this. This is great practice. That shape down over there where the nose touches the face. Get the accent, get the accent. Accent is where one thing touches another. It should be a little bit darker right there. So where the nose touches the face, a little bit darker. I think that eraser is called the Mono Zero. Okay, let's keep going. Now I'm pressing down dark with my pencil there in the light. Shouldn't be that dark, but again, I'm doing it so you can see what I'm doing. Gesture around. This helps when you gesture. Good. So we get the proper tilt. Very light on the top plane. A little bit of a side plane shadow, under plane shadow. Don't concern yourself with the nostril, just get the entire underplane of the nose. Now we can adjust the nostril a little bit. It angles down more. I do not have the nostril drawn correctly, but as long as I recognize that, I'm cool with it. Let's get the shape of that nose, front plane, center line, curving around the sphere. Excuse me. Every time I do these voiceovers, for some reason that day I always have a scratchy voice. Don't worry about making mistakes. If you press down light at the beginning, everything is just going to erase out so much easier for you. Wrap around. I'm really trying to promote the ball shape at the tip of her nose. Very light over here on the top plane. There's some value shifts happening on her skin, and those are clues about the surface planes. Okay, wrap around. Form lines, good. Very light. Surface plane shift, front plane to the side plane, and go all the way up with that. Good. Let's establish that side plane. Simple diagonal pencil strokes. Be very, very sketchy with this. And center line. That's how you want to think about the nose. I'm not saying that's how you're going to draw the nose. But that's how you want to think about the nose. Let's push and clean up the line that separates the light from the dark. Cast shadow now. Really study it. It's lighter on that side. Think of how that cast shadow is hitting the surface planes, because the mouth is full of surface planes. Curve around, that's very cylindrical. And let's angle that nostril. See how I'm not making the nostril black? It's not my darkest dark. Blend the shadow into the cast shadow. Good. Now, if I was painting her, I might eliminate the cast shadow. Or if I didn't choose to eliminate it, I would just make it lighter. You do not have to match that value. Especially over there under the nose, just makes it look a little bit more like a mustache. Make the shadow shapes a bit more solid. That will help you. Just adjusting the angles there. Tap with the eraser a little bit. See where it's darkest, where the nose touches the face. That's the accent. Angle down with that nostril. Try to get the likeness there. See how I keep adjusting the same area of the nostril because I didn't get it right the first time, how it just gets darker and darker and darker. That's something that you want to be very cognizant about, that when you try to adjust things that you didn't get correctly in the beginning, what naturally happens is you just continually start to press down harder with your pencil. It's just something to be very conscious about. Cast shadow, solid. The right side of that cast shadow is lighter. I've left it much lighter, but it's lighter, and you can see that on the photo. Just drawing the highlight now, so it's getting a little complicated there on my art, on the drawing, but I'm just trying to outline everything. There's that highlight. I hope I didn't say cast shadow. I meant to say highlight. So do you see how three-dimensional this nose looks? And it's just a sketch. It's not my drawing skill. It's the photo that I'm choosing to work from. That is half of the battle. If you work from poor photo reference or if you work from poor lighting, you will have a poor drawing. Okay? This is what I talk about the most during my coaching sessions, the one-on-one coaching sessions. It's all about the photo reference and getting into a process where you continually use great photo reference. Now what I just want to do is draw two more for you that are a little bit more primitive. So we have the front plane and then the sphere at the tip of the nose. Very ball-like. Angle. Cylindrical shape over there in between the two nostrils. Gesture around, gesture around. Sometimes being very loose and gestural is going to be helpful. Excellent. I shouldn't even worry about erasing that. I'm just trying to be very simplistic here with this. Wrap around that part of the nose is very cylindrical. Side plane. Gesture around. Continuous line. Excellent. Let's establish the side plane now. You really want to do this in your sketchbook. All side plane going into underplane. See how that looks so three-dimensional? And then look at how the front plane the perspective of it tilts in a different direction. Love it. The nostril has angles to it. Very cylindrical over here at the center. I would have liked to have been a little bit more careful with that, but I was a little bit of a bull in a china shop. Yeah, we got to fix that. Curve around, curve around, curve around, curve, cylinder. That's so much better. Good. You need to practice what I'm doing here. If you want to draw portraits, you have to do these form type drawings of these features. It helps you to understand. This also helps you when you're rendering and you're doing your long drawing and you're shading, how to shade with your pencil stroke direction. Center line of the nose, being aware of that is very helpful. This lesson number 7 is just a clear-cut indication of when you screw up. When I screw up, we press down harder with our pencil, and that brings the viewer to the worst part of the drawing. Something that you want to be very aware of. So when you mess up and you try to fix your proportions, try not to press down so hard like what I'm doing there. This is a good example of what not to do. I'm still going back there. I'm glutton for punishment. Cast shadow shape. Good. Up and down pencil stroke right into the underplane of the nose. So it's just a more of a primitive version of that nose. That's all. We should just be about done with this one. Couple more form lines. Good. I just want to adjust one or two things before we get to what not to do. It's nice and quiet today for the voiceovers. It's an actual miracle. This is my last one that I'm doing today. And so far, so good. No landscapers outside. It's a miracle. No dogs barking. I think my wife is being really helpful, and she brought the dogs in the backyard. Okay. What not to do? What not to do is just as important as what to do. What not to do is to press down so super hard on the outline that it looks like a cartoon drawing. What not to do is to make that nostril lobe right there so dark on the top plane that it looks like a nose ring. What not to do is to press down so hard on the nostril that that is the first thing I look at when I look at your portrait is the nostril. A nostril being the least sexiest part of the body next to the elbow and maybe the big toe. I don't know. Whatever your preferences are. But that's what not to do. Don't press down so hard. It just looks like a cartoon drawing and does not look flattering at all. Don't do like little shadow shapes and then you leave the rest of the underplane very, very light. So your shapes look sporadic. Think about the entirety of the underplane as being the shadow shape. Blend the underplane into the cast shadow a little bit more. So hopefully this helped you. Now it's your turn to try this. Thanks for watching. Hey, thank you so much for watching that lesson. If you want to learn more about drawingtutorialsonline.com, check out the links below. Also, I'm offering classes this summer at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. If you're interested in that, check out the links below. Thank you for watching, and I'll be periodically uploading some more of these, and I have a couple sketchbooks left on my iPhone, so look for that as well. Talk to you soon.